This week parasha is Parashat Naso, right after Matan Torah. If you notice, it's the longest parasha, one of the longest parashot, and longest midrash. The midrash this week parasha is the longest midrash in all of the midrashim. The Mepharshim say why? Because Naso we read it right after Matan Torah. Torah Parin Rabin. After Matan Torah, after being in Har Sinai and receiving Torah, now Torah becomes increased, and that's why the longest parasha, longest midrash. Now, the Torah says in Perek He Pasuk Tet, all of the Terumah you have to be kohen, and each kedushav lo hiyu. If somebody gives a kedusha belongs to him, in other words, a kohen cannot come and say, you have to give my terumah. Terumah, he has the right to give to whoever that he wants. But Torah basically is talking about that terumah should go to kohen. Now, next parasha talks about parasha of Sota. By that somebody that he feels his wife went go astray, and he betrayed him, and he told her, don't be private with somebody, and she was private with somebody, and he is in doubt right now that did she have a relationship or not. Now, the fact that the husband is doubting his wife is the worst thing in Shalom Bayit. In other words, we cannot have Shalom with that. That's a very terrible thing. Never and ever husband should question his wife, the modesty of his wife. The Torah says to maintain the marriage, to be together. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says that you bring the mayim. Mayim is being taken from the water of the Kior, the wash basin in Beit HaMikdash, because wash basin was made from the mirrors that the Halisrael used for Kedusha with Hara, but here she went off of Derech and used the mirror in the wrong way. And we take the offer from the Mishkan and Wadir and Shem Hashem, Parasha of Sota, we put them together. That signifies three things that the person has to do not to sin. One of them is that the person should know Ma'ayin Bata, from where you come, from Tippa Serucha. Tippa Serucha is the water here. You came from a small drop. Why are you have so much taiva and desire, arrogancy? Then you should know where do you go offer. You go to the dust and dirt. That's the dirt of the Mishkan. And if who do you give cheshbon? That's the name of Hashem in this. Therefore, makes the type of drink and gives it to her, and she drinks. And if she was innocent, she gets bracha and blessing through that water. If she did the sin, she committed the sin, this water first claps her thigh, and claps, and she dies in a very, very disaster way. Now that's parasha of Sota. Now Rashi says, what's a semichut? What's a connection? In other words, the Torah is written in a way that any portion after another portion, there's a reason for it. Now Torah talks about portion of the terumah you should give to a kohen, and then this starts the section that talks about Sota. Now Rashi says, what's it? Now, what's the connection between giving terumah to kohen and the wife becomes Sota? Rashi says, Chazal tell us, if you hold back, doesn't say you don't give. Me'akim means holding back. If you hold back the gifts of the kohen, I promise you, you don't give gift to kohen. Hashem says, I promise you, you have to come to him to bring the Sota. You avoided the Kohen. You didn't. You hold back the matanot to give to Kohen. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, what? You do that. What do I do to you? I force you to come to Kohen. How do you compel you to come to Kohen? The wife becomes Sota and you got no way. You can't live with the wife that you have a doubt. Then forcefully, you force yourself, self-imposing, that you come to Kohen. Now the question is, what's pshat? It sounds very magical. It's a big magic. What? I didn't bring terumah. All of a sudden, my wife becomes a terumah. I bring my wife to Kohen. What's pshat? In other words, everything in Torah has a meaning. It's not a magical way. Now, before Shem say, to explain to us how do we understand this point that Torah is telling us, if you don't give teruma, then you bring the wife to the Kohen. No, if you notice, the Chazal don't say that doesn't give. It says ma'akev. Ma'akev means hold back, withhold. No, what does withhold mean? Anyway, that you understand withhold, imagine two teams are playing basketball, very hot. The game is getting very excited. And they're very excited, they're playing very nicely. And the ball goes out of the court. And somebody picks it up. There are three types of people. One person, he sees that they are in the midst of the heat of the game. He gives them back right away. Another person steals the ball. There's a third person. Third person plays with the ball. He holds the ball. Everybody is screaming, shouting, give it back, give it back. He takes his time as if it's very cool and plays with the ball. Everybody is screaming, why are you withholding the ball? Give us. No, he has to play. No, what is it? How do you understand this? What's the psychology behind it? Everybody's screaming, give us. You want to steal it, steal it. Want to give it back, give it back. What is this playing along? And the way that you're, in other words, he gets more excited if you see his face. The more they're shouting, he's more excited about his position. And he doesn't give it. Wow, what's up, Sean? Because what does he want to do? He wants to tell them that I'm in charge, I'm in control. Don't think I'm not your slave. You are my slave. You are subjugated to me. I'm powerful. It's a matter of struggle. It's a matter of this person wants to show, gets attention, that he has position, he has power, he's in charge, not you. I decide to give it to you. Don't decide that I should give it to you. Therefore, that playing with the ball gives him his chiyut, gives him his existence, unfortunately. That is the chiyut that he has. He's a very controlling person. His life is to control other people. If he cannot control and be charged, doesn't have oxygen in his life. That is ma'akev matratumah. If you want to give it, give. If you don't want to give, don't give. Why are you ma'akev? Because you have to prove it to them. I'm in charge. I'm feeding you. What? You feel that you are here for yourself. You have to make sure to inject, to make clear message that you are there because of me. I'm feeding you. I give you whatever that I'm giving. You are there because of me. If I wouldn't protect you, if I wouldn't support you, you weren't there. He has to make the message clear because he has to be in charge, he has to be controlled. Now, if this person to the highest authority in life, the Tamigdash, Kohani, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the authority of Hashem, he doesn't care. He has to be in charge. You could imagine how controlling this person is. He is controlling his life of somebody else. And the worst thing for a wife is controlling husband. The husband controls wife so badly. What do you do? How do you do? Why did you go there? Why do you? And they make her to go out of her mind with controlling a person. With controlling, you destroy somebody. Now, the way that controlling works, there was a girl here that we knew her, and she was very talkative, very happy, very good mood. All of a sudden, she got married, and she became more quiet, more quiet, more quiet. We go to her wedding, she would sit in the corner, nothing. Now, the way that the controlling person does, a lot of times, people corrupted, they have a system to maintain being corrupted. They prove to her that you are nobody, you are nothing, you're good for nothing. So they want to make her dependent on themselves. Therefore, they prove to her, I'm doing you a favor, not divorcing you, because who could live with you? You're just too stupid. You can't do anything. And mamash, that's the way that works. They make her feel nothing, nobody. And she becomes feeling frustrated. We were in the meeting, Rahmanut meeting with psychologists and this, and sometimes a lady went with a truck driver, went with the plumber. And it's unbelievable, it's amazing. How could you do that? Yes, the frustration of life and not feeling nobody and nothing, and she wants to give it back. And is plumber talk to her and this and that, she goes. And that is what a thing is. And that is source in Torah. Torah says, controlling husband that doesn't leave his wife with, doesn't give the good life to wife. And she becomes so frustrated, so frustrated from life that what does she do? She goes astray, and then Sota comes in the picture. Now the question is like this: Torah tells us whose fault is that? It's the husband's fault. Husband is controlling the wife. Who gets the punishment? She gets the punishment. Unbelievable. Torah told us the problem started with the husband. The husband didn't give truma. He was a controlling husband and made her misery. And through just being so frustrated, she did whatever that she did. So why do we give punishment to the lady? It's such a great lesson in Shalom Bayit Torah is giving to us. Torah is telling us, yes, lady, we understand you. We have a problem. He's mistreating you, 100%. If he goes to any court, any betting, they condemn him. But you are not allowed to destroy the family because of that. You are not allowed to destroy your children, your husband, and the family, unit of family, because you have a problem. Lady, you have a problem, you put the problem on the table. You don't destroy your wife, your husband, your children. You don't destroy family because you have a problem. And that's such an unbelievable yesod in Shalom Bayit. Lots of times we are in divorce and few children, you tell a lady, why are you doing it? Now he wants to come back. Why do you want divorce? No, I have to take my revenge. No, the children are getting burned. You want to take revenge? Yes. From this man, I have to take revenge. Why do you want to take revenge? You are destroying yourself, self-destruction. No, I have. Torah is teaching us it's the wrong thing. Torah puts such a great punishment for the lady to understand you did something worse. You did something worse. Yes, you were victimized, but at the time of victimized, don't do something that doesn't make sense. Don't take revenge and destruction of the family is not justified. You are not allowed to do that. Torah puts such a great punishment for the lady to point out that no matter what happens, if a person has a question, he has to come and solve the problem. Not just don't become victimized and then to do something drastic and destroy the family. Now the Gemara says that whenever that is a divorce, the Mizbeach, the Ma'ot, the Mizbeach, the altar has tears. Now unfortunately say why the altar has tears. What's the point of the altar has the tears? Because Mefarshim say because the altar sees that only animals being sacrificed. Doesn't see the family and children being sacrificed. Once he sees the get that the children and family being sacrificed, then has tears. Therefore, Torah here is giving us such a great lesson in Shalom Bayit. First of all, that controlling husband is the worst type of a person in life. Not only for husband, for children, for employee, for everybody. It's such an unhealthy relationship to have. And the other thing is, if a person has a problem in Shalom Bayit, there's a question, something bothering, you have to come and that is the problem, solve the problem. Don't take revenge. Revenge is the worst thing that the person could do in his life.